Thanks for clicking on the webcast. I'm Laura Queso. Here's the latest from WENY-TV News and the Star Gazette. We begin this morning with news out of Elmira. Elmira Police are investigating the death of a 33-year-old man who was found dead in the Tops parking lot on South Main Street. Police responded to the scene around 9 Sunday morning, and they say the car, a Honda, was parked in the area for several hours. The man's identity isn't being released, and the cause of death is still unknown this morning. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is asked to call the Elmira Police Department. That number is 737-5626. Well, this morning, Elmira Police are also looking for information after reports of shots fired over the weekend. Police were called to the 500 block of West Gray Street just before 2:30 Saturday morning. They did find evidence that at least one round was fired. No one was injured and no arrests have been made. Call EPD at 271-HALT with any information. Well, on to other news now. Just hours from now, just before noon, the president takes the oath of office for the second time in 2 days. President Barack Obama says his second inauguration is a celebration of the country and its citizens, not the election results. WENY-TV is in Washington this morning, bringing you all the latest coverage. You can watch coverage on our ABC and CBS stations from 9 to 4 today. Well, speaking of important days in history, in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, WENY-TV is rebroadcasting Dr. King's most famous speech. We'll air the speech today, and we'll talk to a Cornell professor who's an advisor on a documentary about the King Memorial. Tonight, Martin Luther King Day, you can see the speech and interview on all 3 networks at 7 o'clock. Well, a new medical breakthrough is on the horizon for Alzheimer's patients. Scientists are taking a drastic new approach, testing brain pacemakers to stave off memory loss caused by the disease. For the treatment to be successful, surgeons must drill holes into a patient's skull and implant tiny wires that shoot out mild jolts of electricity. By constantly zapping certain brain circuits, scientists hope to bypass some of Alzheimer's damage and keep neural networks active for longer. Only a few dozen people with early-stage Alzheimer's symptoms will receive implants, and they'll be tracked for a few years. And now here's meteorologist John Hickey with your forecast. John.
Well, thanks, Laura. We're looking at a pretty cold week overall. We're starting it off fairly seasonable, but it gets colder from here as we look ahead towards your Tuesday and your Wednesday. In fact, the colder air is really here. Today, temperatures, again, they're seasonable with highs in the mid to upper 20s, but we'll also be looking at a prolonged period of some flurries as a very persistent and cold west-northwesterly wind blows over the Great Lakes. We have some light snow events on the way, the first of which will be for later this afternoon and for tonight, and perhaps a slightly more significant storm a little bit later on this work week. Here's a look to your future track forecast here on your Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A lot of you have it off, and really it's not too bad of a day. All right, we have a cloudy sky out there. Temperatures in the morning right around 20 degrees. We'll be watching this area of low pressure across the central Great Lakes move across the Twin Tiers as we get into your afternoon. There's a light snow event, perhaps as much as an inch of snow, and that would really be about it. That area of low pressure is going to strengthen significantly, though, off of the New England coastline. A bigger deal for eastern Massachusetts, but not for us. Storm too far away to really do any kind of damage. Now for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, very cold air coming across the Great Lakes will continue to bring us the chance for flurries, but no real accumulation from that. Temperatures both Tuesday night and Wednesday night have the chance to go below zero. The best chance would be Wednesday night when widespread below zero temperatures are pretty likely, especially in the valley locations where I can't even rule out about 10 below at this point. Extreme cold, hard to forecast. Right now we're calling for a low of 0, but just keep in mind it could be much colder. Interactive Sky Tracker 7-day. The week is cold. It starts to warm up a little bit as we get into Friday, but that's your next chance for a light snow event. That's your forecast. Here's Laura.
All right, thank you, John. For the latest news, weather, and sports, be sure to watch WENY-TV News at 5:30, 6, and 11. And don't forget to pick up a copy of today's Star Gazette. I'm Laura Queso. Have a great day.